You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Damn, Daniel.
Over the middle, touchdown Giants.
Taken away by Wicks.
Oh, it's glorious. It's Pettis to Jones. Oh, what a catch by Daniel Jones.
Cleared as far as Saeed Ben Rama.
And we are live.
We'll do it live.
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football balls for everyone's taste. I'm Mike Fist, and I'm joined as always by my main man, Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. I've been balls deep in some mock draft mocking, this last couple of days. I tried to hold off for as long as I could, and then I was like, it's draft week, fuck it. Let's just, all I've been doing every day is mock draft. Let's look at them. Let's see who's updated there. It's like, who are the Giants getting that I don't really know? I think I've narrowed it down. We'll get to some draft talk later, but I'm ready for the draft. I always do a crash course in it every year.
You do like to go balls deep in there.
Balls deep.
Balls deep.
Balls deep.
Speaking of balls deep, it's episode 69.
No.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice. Nice. Nice.
So welcome everyone.
Nice.
It's pretty nice.
Most important episode.
It is. We should have more guests. I don't know who would get on.
69 guests, one guest a minute. We'll be a 69-minute show.
Who do you think we're going to draft? Good.
Seems
Next.
exhausting. Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't happen. But yeah, welcome to the show. If you are watching us live on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, or listening to us on demand, we don't judge. We don't judge, although we would prefer you views here live on Tuesday at 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. So we've got actually a little bit to talk about. Obviously, West Ham the past weekend, and then big game on Thursday, and then another big thing on Thursday, the NFL draft. So are we allowed to say that? Because I know they get funny if you talk about the big game. Do we have to call it like the big
We're not
draft?
endorsing it. They don't have an official podcast sponsor of the NFL draft. So until they do that, if you were a beer company, you couldn't say Super Bowl in your ad because they have whoever the beer sponsor is for the Super Bowl. That's the whole thing. There's nothing like that with the draft. It's the fucking draft.
So do you reckon we could get that? How much do you reckon we'd have to pay to be
A lot
that
of
niche?
money. A lot of
We are the official New York Giants and West Ham United podcast of the Super Bowl.
way more money than we have available.
350?
Way more than that, I would imagine.
We'll think about it. Maybe next year.
Let's find a 1 second ad, and we'll be like, "Clear Big Blue." I'm like, what? I couldn't tell what that was. Just did that cut off?
And then next year. On YouTube! We'll just put them together.
Hope that they remembered it.
Yeah, before we dive into sports, what have you been up to in the last 7 days on this glorious round rock that we call Earth?
Just kind of hanging out, man. Not too much. How about you? What's going on in Jersey?
Not much happening in Jersey, but I've been strangely obsessed by this Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing that's going on. Now that I found
I had
live coverage on YouTube.
I had somebody explain it I was 5, and by that I mean Reddit did that, and it still didn't really make a lot of sense. But
I have no idea what they're talking about. But I just can't not watch it.
Yeah, it's weird. The lawyer objected to himself the other day.
That was funny.
And it was wait, I feel like that's probably not a good look. But I don't know.
It's like starting to learn football again all over again. It's like I'm having to Google so much stuff because everyone's like, so what color would you say the grass was that day? Well, I'd say objection compound. Like, what does that mean? What does compound? What?
I don't know, like in high school, I guess in like a lot, not just in high school, but I remember like in high school there was like the couple that would always just like it was like, why are they together? Like they just fight every time you go to any party. They're always fighting. They're always mad at each other. In school, it's like, I don't know, so and so pissed so and so off. It's like that is what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were, and then they just grew up and like they're the most toxic type of people combined together, and it's just like, no way, that wasn't great. But then also like it makes you rethink like everything you've ever texted anybody you've been dating. It's like sarcastically, like if that was read out, like I would look like everybody would look like an idiot.
Interesting thoughts. So I just want to whoever this ugly eye 99 said episode 96 LOL, then corrected themselves to 69, and it made me think. So it's like 96, like after the 69 when you're tired and you just kind of roll over and nap.
Yeah. It's absolutely what that is.
And now they're kind of looking to want to marry me.
Hey, we're taken, all right? Sorry.
Yeah. You didn't put the ring's already on there, honey.
Yeah. Beyonce taught you, if you liked it, you should have put a ring on it.
Too late, ugly eye 99. Well, that's a beautiful name. Bobby McWonderfuffles. Bobby McWonderfuffles. Bobby McWonderfuffles. Fucking hell. Bobby McThunder Waffles from YouTube. Toxic couple red flag. Yeah, it doesn't look... But it just... I don't want to get too into this, but it's just seems... I don't get it. I don't get the whole shit where it's like, hey, so I'm going to ask you a question, and then they answer the question, and then they pull up some notes. Well, when I asked you this question 2 weeks ago, you said this. So why are you fucking answering the same question then? If you already have the answer written down. You're just wasting everyone's
They do it
fucking
to try
time.
and see if you change your answer. And then they're like, but you said this. I don't know. It's weird.
Are those Bob Ross emojis?
It looks like Bob Ross.
Oh, thanks for gracing. Okay, then now it's okay. All right, we're gonna. Thanks for joining us anyway.
I think I got it as a bot.
Or they just fell asleep on the keyboard. Either way.
Maybe that's it.
West Ham United, let's dive into it. This past Sunday on the run of goddamn early games on a Sunday. Why do you punish us like this, Premier League?
I don't know.
So we went into this game, which I was just quite surprised by the lineup, because Moisey actually, for the first time I think ever, played what I guess the closest thing we could get is a second string team.
That was interesting, especially in the type of game that it was, like the significance of it. And the first half, it didn't look like it was the right call. I mean, we didn't give anything up, but we did not play great first half of that game. Second half, both teams kind of came alive there. But yeah, overall, like we've kind of talked about it the last couple of weeks, but it's like, we're all in on Europa at this point. If we needed another sign, like that's our sign. Like, hey, Chelsea, big game, but fuck you. We're gonna roll out the B squad today. We got a big game. I don't know if you guys are playing international football right now, but or European football right now. We are though, and I know they're not. That was just a rhetorical question. Because fuck Chelsea, bunch of fucking Ruskies, commies.
All due respect to the man, the myth, the legend that is Mark Noble. You knew that was like, they're not taking it when you're starting Mark Noble at this point.
Yeah, that was the big, like, I like to look at the lineup before. It's like, Noble? Okay. Like, but
I
mean,
give a shit about this match.
Was I very heated at the end of the game? Yes, I was. If you had shown me that lineup card and been like, they're going to lose, I would have been like, yeah, duh. Like, no shit, they're going to lose. But then they did that thing where they give us hope. And then we had the hope. And it was like with the Giants. Like, they roped us back in. And I was like, all right, it's 0-0 at half. You know, we could fuck around. Create. Like, we did that in the first game. Was it Diop with the goal? That weird pass that went in the net when we beat him the first time this season. Was it him?
Was it Masuaku?
Might have been Masuaka. Yeah. it was just like, well, I don't know. Maybe something crazy happens again. And what was crazy was that like the Premier League was like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's West Ham again. We can't have them top 6. Let's find a way to just fuck them over. How about we take this yellow card, somehow turn it into a red, and then we give the game to Chelsea. Let's do that. That'd be a great idea. It was some bullshit, is what it was. I mean, is that a yellow card? Absolutely. Did Lukaku dive? I 100% think he did. Lukaku felt any sort of contact. It was the slightest bit of contact, and that dude went down like he got shot. And I mean,
he went down like his name was Jack Grealish.
It was very Grealish-esque. The contact was initiated outside the box. He dove into the box like that. Why is that a penalty? Makes no sense. I mean, is it a goal-scoring opportunity? Fabianski's right in front of the ball at that point. Fabianski was going to make the save. Fabianski's on his knee in front of Lukaku. Like, he's not going to score on him. No. That was not a goal. I mean, it was a goal-scoring opportunity that he had missed. Like, he had failed on that goal-scoring opportunity. Was it Antonio last week that we were like, against Burnley, he had a chance to put it away. He took one step too many. And he missed his opportunity. The window closed. That's exactly what happened with Lukaku. Lukaku did that, and then he felt the contact. Oh no! So yeah, fucking yellow us up, give him a free kick. I don't give a shit. But that was not a penalty. And I mean, if that was reversed, if Chelsea did that, there's no chance that they fucking go. And then and then you look at it on VAR. How do you look? I don't understand how you look at stuff. Like, remember Souček last year getting that red where they're like, you know what? Actually, it was a straight red. It was like, how are you looking at it with your fucking human brain and your human eyes and not understanding that this is not a red? They're like, no. It's and I don't know if that's like typical that they have to like erase the yellow card where he's like,
yeah, no. It's stupid, but yeah, they do have to do that.
Yeah, bloke. It's a.
You thought it was yellow.
I mean, of all the stupid looking stuff in soccer, the card play, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if the America's Got Talent or whatever it is with the X's has gotten to me, but like they should have a button. Just have a fucking button. There's a green light, red light, yellow light, like do that.
How they could make it like, more stupid.
It's pretty stupid looking, but I have this piece of plastic that I'm going to hold up, but actually, buddy, here you go. Like, write him a ticket.
What could make it even more stupid, which I'm actually all for, is if, like, almost like a kindergarten teacher, he pulls out like a yellow sticker and puts it on the player's chest, so everyone knows he's on a yellow card.
Like a
That'd be
Star of
fantastic.
David, maybe.
And then it's like, no, we're gonna take away the sticker. Red sticker. Go timeout. Go to the naughty step.
I like that, but then maybe you remember like,
oh shit, I'm in the yellow card.
I'm booked already. Can't do this.
See?
Maybe I do like that. That's a great idea. And then like the ref though has to wear a clown nose when he makes stupid shit. I think we should also get that. Like we should get to vote. Was that a clown call? And then the ref has to play he has to referee the rest of the game in a fucking clown nose.
And
Mike Dean forever is in a fucking clown nose.
The player who, let's just say he gives a penalty and he's like, oh, you made a foul, and then he checks it and VAR says, actually no, that player then gets to go up to the referee and go,
he gets to place the clown nose on him first.
And squeeze,
and then be like, bitch.
No, you have to wear that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. And then also, like that was not a red. It was not a red. We're in agreement on that, and I am very biased towards West Ham. But I think that was a dive. If Antonio had done that, they don't award it, I don't think they award it. It's not a penalty if Antonio goes down. They probably don't even give us a free kick because we're West Ham. And then also, I really
somehow book Antonio for simulation or some shit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Which Lukaku, like, let's not even like we can look at it. We can see that the slightest bit of contact on his arm, like he didn't yank him back or anything. Fucking Cresswell a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Cresswell definitely stopped a goal-scoring opportunity. I love Cresswell, but that was the same as hooking the guy that's on a breakaway in hockey. That's exactly what he did. That was a save. Like, Fabes was going to make the save on that anyways. It was initiated outside of the box, and Lukaku just, oh, look at me, convenient. And, I mean, it just, like, you got to wonder, are the referees Russian sympathizers? Makes you think with everything about Chelsea. Like, Because I mean, if you support that referee's decision, you obviously support Russia and hate Ukraine, and you're very pro everything going on in Ukraine right now. So that's the only thing I can say. Not to get political about it, but if you support Chelsea after all of this nonsense, and you support the referees that support Chelsea, they're trying to rig it. You know what else the Russians did? They also like to rig things. Weird that that's happening in the Premier League too.
Does make you sad.
Makes you wonder. Just makes you That's my favorite emoji, is the guy.
Things that make you go.
Exactly. And Pulisic,
I mean,
is he a Russian agent? Is he a Russian agent? You gotta wonder.
he might as well be called Vladimir Pulisic.
Yeah. Christian Putin, maybe.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Not my Captain America, I'll tell you that much. I'm more of a Tyler Adams guy.
Captain
Western
America,
Kenny.
real Captain America would have refused to play that game.
Zach
Solidarity.
Steffen from Man United or Man City would have never. I mean, I know he's not the starter for Man City, but he would have never gone to Chelsea.
Communists. That's what they are.
Exactly what. That's all I got.
That's what the C stands for.
Russian
in CFC.
sympathizers.
Yeah, we're not shying away from the truth. I don't care what you think.
Hey, look, somebody's got to say it. We're the guys that are gonna say it. All right. Sorry.
And they're Chelsea playing blue. And what color is in the Russian flag?
Blue. You know it's not claret and the West Ham shade of blue.
The lighter shade of blue. Yeah.
That's not West Ham's colors are not in the Russian flag. I'll tell you that much. So.
No.
Who could be the Russian sympathizers on this? Not us. Oh, you guys love oligarchs. Tight.
Yeah.
Wow. Putin's best friend. Cool.
So stupid there. They sound like
fuck Chelsea.
Bad
Fuck
guys
Chelsea.
from the Marvel movies. It's like Captain America versus the oligarchs from planet.
The oligarchs would be
Whatever.
like the oligarchs would be the Russian Avengers. Oligarchs assemble!
It's fucking everyone because they're drunk on vodka. Yeah, we're going stereotypes.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Fuck Chelsea. It's all I say. They're a bunch of bitches. And I think there were only like 3 minutes of stoppage time they added on because of the Pulisic goal. But you know that if they hadn't, because we got such a late red card or a bullshit red card asterisk, before, which I mean, going back to it, referee just wanted to show his favorite color, which is red. And
Also, just to clarify for someone in the live chat, Bobby, it was Lukaku who dived, not Bukaki.
he loves
Very,
Bukaki,
very
yeah.
different. Very different. But
Google both of them.
you might get some interesting
Google
images.
Lukaku Bukaki. I wonder if that's.
And then image
I'm
search.
sure there's a video there.
Image or videos.
Watch them all.
But if you think about, I mean, does that not spoil the Arsenal game next weekend because you know we're going full on? We don't give a shit because we have literally no centre backs now. that game.
Well, also I did see somebody was like that fucking brilliant son of a bitch, Craig Dawson, making sure that he was going to be healthy for the game on Thursday, knowing that he won't have to do shit, like knowing that he can't risk an injury. So he waited till the 86th minute cleverly and then was like, red card. Can't injure me now. Because those fucking scumbags at Chelsea were probably going to start playing dirty there. Because you know, like, so Pulisic scores in the 90th, but like leading up to it, I was like, we're about to have a 9.5 minute fucking added time because Chelsea is up a man. And like, that's exactly what they were ready to do. Like, hey, you know what? Let's give him 3 minutes. Let's give him 3 minutes. Before the fucking I don't know.
Yeah,
I had so many
he
things.
had 9 written in there, and it was like, oh, Chelsea scored 3.
Yeah, I had so many things that pissed me off. Like before the fucking the Dawson fake red card, that the ball was out of bounds and they didn't fucking do shit. They let the ball come all the way down and it turned into what could have been a scoring opportunity for Chelsea. Like it makes no sense that like they let all this shit go the other way and they didn't let's check West Ham for a red card. Like fuck you, dude. Clown.
It was one of those
Clown
just
show. It was a
knew
fucking
nothing
clown
was
show, is what it was.
You knew nothing was going to go our way. But how do you think we're going to line up against Arsenal? Because obviously Dawson will be available for Frankfurt.
He won't be it. Yeah.
But Arsenal, what do
Arsenal, like we still have, like, I mean, I know it says it seems like we have nothing to play for, but we do have a lot to play for to get that
we have a lot.
sixth spot anyway.
What do we do? Do we bring up someone from the under-21s? Do we put Declan Rice in at centre back?
I think you're going to bring somebody up from the U21s. I know that Moyes was it Rush Green? Their training ground. I know he was at Rush Green all week, kind of just like keeping an eye on the youth squad. I mean, on the Reddit, I've been monitoring kind of like a couple guys that they think might come up, and you're gonna have to deal with what you got. No Zuma, you got no Dawson right now. It's gonna be tough. Arsenal's in a weird spot right now, although they haven't really been playing their greatest.
Wait, wouldn't Diop be back actually?
Is he back?
Because did he get a straight red card or 2 yellows?
He got 2 yellows.
No,
because I would have remembered. I would have remembered a red.
Against.
I would have remembered a red because he didn't get sent off. Was it against Burnley?
Didn't he not get suspended? Am I losing my mind?
No.
Or did he get injured?
Cards. He was injured.
He got in. Okay, so
I don't know if he's going to return from injury by then.
But I don't know why I had it in my head that he got sent off. I don't know why. Okay, so he's injured as well. Okay. Perfect. So, yeah. So, I reckon we're going to have to go 3 at the back again. Cresswell, Johnson, and whoever the fuck.
Yeah.
But whatever. Whatever. It's all about the Thursday night games. The 2 games against Frankfurt. They're the 2 big games. Because my dad, bless him, ever the optimist, after we lost against Chelsea, he texted me, he's like, do you know what? I think top 4 might be out of the question now. I was like, top 4 has gone way before this game even started. But
well, I mean,
bless you for thinking that.
Well, strange things
not
could happen.
Mathematically out of the question, but realistically, it wasn't going to happen. I think 6th or 7th is our best bet. So
I would say 6th is probably our best at this point. We got what do we got? We got 2 against Eintracht. We got what? There's only 1 leg in the final, right?
Final is 1 game, and that'll be after the Premier League's finished.
Because that doesn't even matter. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got 2 games against Eintracht. We got Norwich. Better fucking win that. We got Man City. That's gonna be a tough one. But
tough.
Maybe they're not giving a shit either at that point. I mean, they're still trying to wrap up the title race. They're gonna
be all guns blazing on that one.
That's not gonna go great. I might skip that game. I might just skip that game, huh? And then we got Brighton to finish the season. So I see 6 points. 6 points. I don't know Man U has, but fuck Man U. And hopefully we just see the wheels completely fall off. I know they brought in a new coach. Is he a long-term guy or is he an interim?
Wait, who? Sorry?
Man U.
No, he's Ten Hag or whatever the fuck his name is. He takes over at the end of the season. So Ralph Rangnick is still in charge
now. Okay.
Yeah, he's still in charge for the rest of the season.
Well, then hopefully the wheels completely fall off so he can start fresh.
Well, it does seem like us and Man United are trying to fuck. It's like, no, you go sick. No, you go sick. No, you go sick.
Just let us edge out Man United. I mean, at this point, the best we can hope for realistically is like tying Tottenham, and I'd be okay with that. We just gotta hope Tottenham shits the bed. They seem like they're playing pretty well. I don't think that's gonna happen. If we can beat Arsenal and get the 9, if we can get 9 points out of a possible 12 going forward, I think that's best case scenario. Arsenal, I really feel like we're gonna have to play. We're gonna be a West Ham team that's playing back. We're gonna that was the problem with the Chelsea thing is we had to rely on those center backs so much, even though we were so shorthanded. It was only a matter of time, and then you take away our guy. Then they handcuff us at that point, and we had played well up to that point. I don't know. I think Arsenal It's a different vibe. This is a weird Arsenal team, but I feel like we've been kind of frisky with Arsenal. Like the first game of the year, we did not play well against them, and maybe we're going to be a little bit more determined. But again, with Eintracht on Thursday, it's going to be weird. I don't know. The B squad seemed like maybe they cared more. Sometimes you lose those games, and it's like those guys are getting an opportunity that they're not usually going to get against a squad that they won't usually get that opportunity against unless there's injuries. And they made the most of it in that second half. And yeah, Dawson should not have been yellow carded. And I think if Dawson's not yellow carded, I think it's a 0-0 game.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the London games are very unpredictable because on paper, the team we put out should have got beat 3-4-0, realistically. But
I was expecting at least 2-0. I was expecting at least 2-0
So
looking
the
at
fact
Noble
that
starting in the lineup.
we are annoyed and frustrated that we lost 1-0 isn't the end of it. So I wouldn't be shocked if we beat Arsenal, but I'm not going into that game expecting it.
Beat Eintracht. Beat the fuck out of Eintracht, and I'll be fine. All right?
Yeah, I couldn't give
what I
a
want.
shit. And I was saying to a buddy of mine, an old buddy of mine who's an Arsenal fan, and he was like starting the whole, oh, we got you next. And I was like, if we beat Frankfurt, Frankfurt, whatever, you can beat us 8-0. I couldn't give a shit. Like, if we get through to the final Europa League, I couldn't give a shit what you do to us. Like,
It's West Ham versus the Germans to me, all right? I don't give a shit. We play in a different league. We're not in the Premier League right now. We're in Europa League. That's what matters to me. We're going to lift a fucking trophy.
we have it's 4 games left in the
fucking
Premier League,
trophy and shove it in your fucking faces.
we're 3 games away from Champions League football next year. That's all we need to.
I'm going to buy so much fucking Europa League champs gear if we win. And people are going to roast us for it because it's not even Champions League. Like, fuck you, dude. I don't care.
I wonder if they release that stuff. If they don't, we'll make it. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll definitely make it.
We'll have to work out some way not to get sued. Like just
We
a
just
letter
won't.
U and a rope.
European winners.
U, rope, and then a bit of rope, then A.
Yeah, there's definitely ways around it.
We'll work around it. We're not going to spitball it now. But yeah, I mean, I was going to say, what's the prediction for Thursday against Frankfurt? Honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't watched many Frankfurt games.
I don't know shit about him. I can't pronounce their name half the time anyway, so I don't respect the
That's
team
why I
if
just
I
say
can't pronounce the
Frankfurt.
name. Like,
Just say Frankfurt.
like Shakhtar Donetsk, like, don't know where it is.
They are the home of
They're
the
always-
hot dog.
They're always in the Champions League or Europa League, and it's like I can't really pronounce it right, so I don't ever like pick them. I don't know a lot. That's so hard to like Werder Bremen. Like, I just don't care. Also, like, the German league is kind of bullshit because the same team has won it for 10 straight years, which is like, what's the point? What's the point of having like? What is the point of having the league at that? Like, just let Bayern play Champions League only, and then make everybody else just have to play each other. Like, it's Bayern.
Like, just have the league, and then the winner of the league plays Bayern Munich for the cup. That's it.
And then you still just give Bayern the cup anyways because they're gonna beat them. But like Bayern Munich, like, they just pay for everybody. Like, you can't hang with them. Eintracht is, you said, very similar to where Lyon was.
Yeah, they're currently 9th in the Bundesliga. They drew 2-2 with Hoffenheim, who are in 8th. So they're very similar to Lyon in that they've got nothing to play for in the league, so they're all in.
They're doing the same thing as us, yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't know. Do you want
they
first
beat
leg at
Barcelona,
home, or do you want the second leg at home?
What's it? Sorry,
Would you rather have the first leg at home or the second leg?
I'd rather have the second leg, but
That's the same here. But I mean,
we're the biggest team, so they put us first. So that's how it works.
My keys to the game against Eintracht Frankfurt.
Alex's keys to victory.
Don't get a red card.
It's a good one.
Solid start. And then do what you did in the second Lyon game in the first game and the second game.
Yeah.
If we could do that, those are my keys. Just score as many goals and give up as many goals as you did against Lyon in that final game. Just replicate that. Copy paste. Do exactly what you did.
mean,
If we could get a 6-0 aggregate score, I have no complaints.
I haven't. I'll be honest. I haven't pulled up the figures, but I'm pretty sure that when a team finishes the game like 3-0 up at full time, like they're pretty certain to win the game.
That's a good. I mean, yeah.
It's a good stat.
I don't have the stats on that either, but I would say that more times than not they win.
Like, if the referee blows the full-time whistle and we have scored 3 goals and they've scored none, I'm confident of the victory.
I would feel very safe with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we should do that. Just do that.
There'll
be no prediction. Just be like, just do that, West Ham. Just do that.
What you did then, do it again.
Repeat.
Don't get a red card.
No
Apparently, red cards don't go well for us.
No. Especially if you have to, don't be a defender, but don't do it. Just don't. Just don't think about it.
Yeah. And when you do defend so good that they can't do anything.
In fact, before the game,
lock them down.
Pickpocket the referee and steal his red card. So he just
replace it with clownness.
Yeah. Or sort of replace it with like one of those like flags that says bang out of a gun. And he's like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, because they normally keep the red card in their back pocket. They keep the yellow card. I think they keep the yellow card up here.
Why do you have like why? Just you don't know how to see colors? Like you can't. I don't understand that. Like,
hey, there might be a colorblind referee.
Pocket. This is my other pocket. Like,
but if they replace
write
the
red
fucking
card,
names
on the card. Like it's not that hard. There's a lot of systems you could put in place.
But what if they replace the red card with like 30 handkerchiefs all tied together? So when he's trying to give you the red card, he's just hilariously pulling out all these colored handkerchiefs.
It was just chaos. Oh, just chaos.
We're revolutionizing the game right now.
That would be funny. They should also have you should have to change red cards. Like you shouldn't be able to award the same yellow card all game long. Like you should have a deck of cards. And sometimes you go to reach for the yellow, and it's like, this is a get out of jail free one. Ha ha.
You got lucky.
Or it's like a Uno reverse card, and then the other guy gets whatever the punishment was.
That would be hilarious.
So Dawson wouldn't have got red. They're like, actually, reverse Uno.
Oh, red card, Dawson. Oh, it's the reverse card. Lukaku, off you go.
Just spice the game up a little bit. Spice it up.
Oh, this is great. We're going to have to roll this shit down.
It'd be incredibly frustrating if it happened to your team, but right now it'd be good. I don't know why I'm not West Ham. I mean, David Moyes, I like him, so I'll let him take over. But eventually, if he ever
co-coach,
I would love to be. I'll be his Nate. Ted Lasso
plus / goalkeeping coach,
and it's also Nate's now West Ham's coach on the show. Yeah. I mean, although Fabianski and Areola, those guys are better than me for sure. So I would love to be, shagging balls with David Martin, helping out at practice. I'll carry the equipment.
You would happily be the nipple to our Areola.
Exactly. Assistant to the regional coach. I like that. I'll be their American coach, a coach abroad, an ambassador.
I'm in charge of West Ham's Houston operations.
Yeah, we do some trading over here, with who? I'm like, we don't have anybody yet, but I'm scouting.
You just walk around parks with West Ham training gear on, blowing whistles.
Just a whistle. Why do you have a whistle? He's not coaching.
Stopwatch.
What are you timing? Don't worry about it.
It's official business.
I have a clipboard I just occasionally jot stuff down on.
Just start yelling at people. Hey, do you play professionally? No? Okay.
All right. Nothing's here.
Just checking. All right. Shall we play a quick round of how many things can you name?
Let's do it.
How many things can you name? All right, I'm coming up this off the top of my head. So how many things can Alex name? This week, let's go with a German theme since we're going to beat a German team on Thursday. How many German foods can you name?
What?
Go!
Wiener Schnitzel.
1.
Sauerkraut.
2. So you're doing good. You're doing good.
German chocolate cake.
I mean, I guess you could just put German in front of a lot of things, yeah. German fries.
Yeah. Beer. Yeah,
Beer.
beer. That's not food necessarily, but
I mean, it's got calories in.
pretzels.
I'll allow it.
Pretzels. You get that at the beer house you go to.
Big ones.
That's all they eat over there. I'm pretty sure.
That is. That you actually, ding, ding, ding. You've got all 5 German foods. That's all that you
Sauerkraut,
consume.
Wiener Schnitzel, and pretzels.
And I guess
Literally everything you'll get at a beer house that you go to.
Frankfurters, I guess, because they Frankfurters. Yep, Bobby did get the German pizza is a big one.
Oh, how could I forget
German
that?
sandwich. There's actually quite a few.
Sauerkraut, yeah.
German donuts, they're big.
I remember I was in a German class in high school because they want to take Spanish. Spanish was difficult. I did that for like a day, and it was like,
Was that just you just yelling at people? Because you have to yell when you speak.
well, we
German.
had Frau Kirby was our teacher.
Frau. That's such a
Frau
German
is
name.
like Miss. That's like Miss
Frau.
Kirby. That's like I don't know.
Guten Tag.
I don't remember it well enough, but I remember we did do like oh hey, it's like one of those exam days, so we didn't have you had to hang out in a class for long enough, and if you could do your German tongue twister, you could get out of the exam because it was just kind of like a blow off class. Like she was cool, didn't really give a shit what we were doing, and then she was like, yeah, well I'll make German food and bring it in, and it was like I was like, there's like 5 things, and everybody just made pretzels, something with sauerkraut. That was pretty much what it was. It was like, all right, well, here's a sausage.
You could put in a hamburger. Because Hamburg is a place in Germany. You could have bought just a beef burger with a German flag in it. Hamburger.
Sauerbraten, Schweinachse, Bratwurst.
Bratwurst, that's a sausage, right?
Yes, Bratwurst. I should have said Bratwurst. I didn't say Bratwurst. Some Wiener Schnitzel. I thought that covered all of the sausages.
Anyway, that was fun.
What I'm saying is, like, Germany seems like they just have slightly better food than England. As like their like national food.
Wow.
What? Like, I mean, would you take Wiener Schnitzel over fish and chips?
No?
Some pretzels and some sauerkraut? I'd go with that.
Just dip the pretzel in the sauerkraut. Yum, 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 yum.
I'll try
I
it.
fucking hate sauerkraut. Sauerkraut's disgusting.
I don't mind it. I'm a late in life sauerkraut guy. My dad was a big sauerkraut guy growing up when I was, and so then I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And I don't mind sauerkraut. Like a Reuben sandwich with some sauerkraut on it.
Anyway, some Giants news today from Bobby. In a week, they have to decide whether to pick up a 50 option on Jones.
Yeah, I did a lot of draft coverage, and that was a little note I wrote down.
All right, let's
they're
get
not
into
going to
it.
pick
Giants. They're not.
pick up
Yeah,
the option.
spoiler
on
alert.
him.
Breaking news.
I
They're
mean,
not.
if Daniel Jones goes the fuck off like we know King Daniel will, we're gonna pay him anyways. So what's the point in like guaranteeing that they're gonna do the whole like prove it to us right now? I don't think that like he's gonna just get a job immediately somewhere else after next year, just because the haters are very they're out there in full. You know, like a lot of teams still don't believe in him, and I think even if he has a good season, they're not gonna believe in him. But I do, we do. And it's our job to do it. We're Dan Stans since day one.
Shun shirt.
They're not going to pick it up though. Yeah, they're not going to pick up the option just because we're financially like strained cash wise, and we're going to have to find a way to move money around. So yeah, I don't expect the 5th-year option to be picked up on Danny. But
draft day on Thursday. Who are we picking up?
day.
Who are they picking up?
So I did this last year, and it was successful. We only had 1 pick, though. So what I've done, I spent a while today looking at every mock draft that I could come across. And by every mock draft I could come across, I mean I Googled NFL mock draft 2022. And every link with a mock draft that I could find for like the first 4-5 pages of Google, I clicked, and I would write down a person's name that they took the Giants having at 5 or 7, and I would tally it. And so I have, unless the Giants trade, But I will say, with one of our first picks in the top 7, the Giants will definitively take either one of these mini guys that I'm about to name. All right, Ike Ekwonu, Kayvon Thibodeau, Charles Cross, Evan Neal, Ahmad Gardner, Kyle Hamilton, Trayvon Walker, Derek Stingley Jr., Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson, and Tyler Linderbaum. One of those guys, possibly two, will be a Giant come Thursday. The highest frequency of pick for us to take in the draft was NC State's Ikem Ekwonu, which they call Icky. So I think that's kind of cool. Of
Icky.
all of the picks that I looked, so like you had to have them taking 2 people, so it was 2 tallies each time I would look at one. 12 of the mock drafts had us taking Icky Ekwonu from NC State. Second most, there was a 3-way tie. It was Kayvon Thibodeau from Oregon, Charles Cross from Mississippi, and Evan Neal from Alabama. Those all had 8 individual people have them as one of the picks that the Giants were taking. So I think our biggest likelihood, according to these mock drafts, Icky Ekwonu, Kayvon Thibodeau, Charles Cross, and Evan Neal. 3 of those are offensive linemen. Love that.
Wouldn't be shocked.
I'm not a draft guru or like an expert, and so I don't want to get into like his hip strength is great and this is that, and but like from what I have heard other people say that I'm going to regurgitate now, the Icky Ekwonu guy is about as solid as you come at the pro level. He seems like the most pro ready guy, so would love it if we could get one of those guys. Seems like
at this
a
point,
plug and play right there. Have an offensive line. Daniel doesn't just get murdered every time he snaps the ball. I love that.
I just want someone who's 6 foot wide. I want a brick shithouse.
We could get a sumo wrestler to just teach.
Someone that's as wide as 2 people on our offensive line.
Ideal. And then Kayvon Thibodeau. I was watching NFL Network today, and they were saying he could possibly go number 1. I don't think he will, but if he falls to us at 5 or 7, solid edge rusher. Dominated at Oregon. I mean, there's a step up from Oregon to the NFL, obviously, but that would be like some kind of combination. Like I honestly, if the Giants took 2 offensive tackles, offensive linemen, with in the top 7, I would not care. That's what I've said the last couple of years. I was like, what if we just took all offensive linemen? Like they're gonna hit eventually, and then we can build around them.
Yeah.
If we want to do
it's
edge
not
rusher,
like
that's cool.
We have enough of it. Fuck it, just keep taking them.
My boy Zion McCollum, safety at Sam Houston State, would love it if they could take him in a later round. That'd be awesome. Matt McRobert, our punter at Sam Houston State, we need a punter. Would be tight. But the San Diego State guy, I think he's probably like he might get drafted because he's a beast. If you haven't looked up San Diego State's punter, go do that because he can punt the ball like the whole fucking field. Seems like a game changer. If you're like, okay, well, they're starting with at the 25 every single time because our punter can kick it into the end zone or deeper. Like he can pin you deep or he can just kick it in the end zone for a touchback. Like I'm pretty happy with that as a result of the end of any drive you don't score on. But yeah, the Ekwonu guy, I like him a lot. I could see him going before it gets to us. The Texans look like they might want to take him too. But
just a reminder, we got, was it 5 and 7?
5 and 7. So
I heard there was rumors that all of a sudden there's interest in quarterbacks, so they could go early, and a lot of the other players would be.
Even if there are interest in quarterbacks, I still don't think we trade both of those picks. If anything, I think we probably. I could see us trading 5. I'm not going to say we wouldn't trade 5, but I don't think we would trade 5 and 7.
No.
I think we draft one of those positions, so one of these guys is going to be available. Because you can't pass up on both. Like you did the Justin Fields trade, even though it was a whole different like administration for the Giants, different GM, different coach. You got the 2 first-round picks. You gave Justin Fields to the Bears in exchange for this, so you could have the front-loaded draft part. I mean, if you want to trade 7 and maybe pick at like 12 or something, all right, whatever. But I think you gotta fire on one of these offensive linemen at least.
I mean, as we've alluded to before on the show, I think with the rebuilding we're going to have to do this season with the the cap space, etc., and Daniel Jones being on his last year, etc., etc. If we do get rid of one of those picks, ideally, I think it would be smarter to go for like a first-round pick next year. Like find someone who's desperate. Like you can have our
if they do get
fifth pick,
desperate, yeah, because there's a lot of
then
quarterbacks.
we'll take your first-round pick next year.
If Danny's not the guy, there's a lot of quarterbacks next year coming out. I'm confident Danny's gonna be the guy. I think Danny will turn out to be the guy, and we'll be like, oh, hey, remember when the haters, like, remember where you were? Remember who said first? Danny's gonna be okay.
I mean, all jokes aside, I think if he can stay healthy for a full season, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people.
And like a competent coaching staff and GM combination, who knows? Way crazier things have happened. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more excited about the Europa game. I'm more nervous about the Europa game, but I'm just excited to see, like, can we just get a fucking franchise like lineman right now? Like, let's just plug in an offensive lineman that we can get 7-8 years out of at least. Like, let's give us a window with a good offensive line, because when you get a good offensive line, that was the key to Eli and everything. I mean, the defense won those championships as well, but the offensive line was the most consistent offensive line in football for both the two times the Giants won the Super Bowl most recently. And I mean, you got to have guys that stay healthy. You got to have guys that play together. And if we can do that, if we can get a right tackle to go with Thomas at left tackle, like, I think we're heading in the right direction. The way the Bills were built up by Dable and under like co-direction of Joe Shane, that's kind of what they do. They build the offensive line. They make sure you have a lockdown defense, which makes me think that the Thibodeau pick as a defensive end, if we keep 7, that might be what we do. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where these guys go. In Dable and Shane and Danny, we trust. Lots of trust going around with this organization for a team that's not been very good lately, but still turning things around. Hope.
There's nothing in there.
Merch, that's cbbpod.com.
You know you want to. Go to merch.cbbpod.com. Get your shit together. All right. Right, I've got to bounce off pretty soon, so let's talk about how people can listen to our beautiful, sultry voices for the rest of this week. Coming up tomorrow, another episode of Pass the Gravy, one of the glorious sexual bastards that are the Gravy Gang. Got to look forward to tomorrow's episode.
I mean, I don't know if you know, Elon Musk is kind of back in the news. People are talking about him and Twitter, and it's super civil, the conversation that's being had about it. So we're going to talk about
it's all very grown up. That's how I like people handling themselves.
Adult conversations being had. That's what we're going to talk about. Yankees fans, they're going to be talked about. Pat and Robert hate the Yankees, so I'm sure they're going to try and dunk on me, but I've got some retorts when they try that. Then we're going to talk Tyson Fury. Boxing's back. I paid for a boxing pay-per-view. I dropped $70 to watch Tyson Fury beat the shit out of a guy, and just I'm going to talk about how cool it is that like the most dangerous man in the world is just like kind of like he's just a dad bod, just a giant dad bod. Just it's good for all the guys out there, you know.
I don't know. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna punch him in the face and I'm gonna do it. It's like, okay. He's not a very scary looking or sounding guy, but I don't want to fucking go near him.
I'll get into it, I guess, more on the podcast. But like one thing, since you're British, like one thing that I always think sounds cooler when British people say it is like, I'm gonna go celebrate with me wife and me kids. Like instead of my kids, it's me kids. Like Conor McGregor would say it, and it's like that. I don't know why. It sounds badass. Every single time you say it, it's like, yeah, I just beat the shit out of them. Me kids.
I don't know whether it's like
me car and me kids.
I don't know if it's a northern and a southern thing, but obviously I'm from down south, and I would, rather than say that, I would say us. Like, if I want you to give me something, I'd be like, pass us that. Pass us that.
Okay.
I don't know. It's very weird.
It's cool. But, yeah, Tyson Fury's a badass. And then what else did we have? Yeah, pretty much a little bit of draft coverage, but not as much as we just did. And then we're going to answer some questions and tell you guys what's not cool. But I got a bone to pick with voice-to-text people this week. And tune in. Because voice-to-text guy is annoying to me right now. and we'll get into that. What do we got about Waffle Box? Waffle Box. What can we listen to there?
Coming up on a new episode of Waffle Box tomorrow. I don't know if you heard, but Elon Musk is back in the news this week.
Wait, that guy?
Yeah. We might dabble on
That's
touch on that.
every podcast everywhere.
It's gonna be but then other than we're talking about the world's most miserable person, that's coming up on this show. It's gonna be a Nicolas Cage themed quiz show this week, because obviously we're gonna be talking about the unbearable weight of such and such, Massive Talent, which is I'm gonna be reviewing that. Plus people complaining about streaming services. So on the Trapdoor segment, we're gonna delete one from history. We're going to just get rid of one, so people don't have to worry so much about it. Right. And obviously, the dumbest world record of the week and the feel-good moment of the week. So much more. So, yeah, check all those out. At Pass the Gravy Pod and at Wafflebox Pod. New episodes coming at you tomorrow.
Get ready for it.
Yeah. Then next week, episode 70 of Claret and Big Blue, where we will be celebrating because West Ham would have beaten Frankfurt at least 3-0.
Yeah, we're
this coming Thursday.
Let's talk about our domination over Europe and over Arsenal.
Bring it on. But until then, obviously don't forget to hit subscribe wherever you're watching us or listening to us. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets to check out the show. But also always remember...
Seahorses forever.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown. Can't hear shit. Never mind.